Ask Matthew. All right, folks, welcome to round number 3 here from the Hungaroring. Race number 3. Of course, all the hot shots are here this evening. It's a Tuesday, and we're in for some exciting racing. Into free practice number 2 at the moment. And once again, one of the crazy little gremlins just called in on the technical side and gave me some guests this evening. So if you've just joined us, welcome to it. We're in free practice at the moment. Thanks to young Matthew for just joining our live broadcast of the racing down here at Hungaroring. As I said, we're in practice at the moment, and we are taking a live call from one of our race drivers, Alan van Graan. Alan, how's it going? Good. You are live, you're on air. We have managed to solve that little bit of an issue. We have gone live, we are streaming at the moment. I will talk to you after you. I hope you enjoy your race. I hope you're doing okay out there. Side racing this evening.
It's going to be a fun evening out. Our roof teams are no longer with Aston Martin, but you'll see the surprise package when I get on the track now. So yeah, let's see what the evening holds. So,
well,
I'm going to see you out. Bye, buddy.
Yeah, there we go. You can tune in live. That was Alan van Graan all the way from Plumstead, Cape Town, and just tuning in. He's got a surprise for us this evening, and all of 2 viewers that are currently watching us. How's it, folks? Welcome to it. Managed to solve yet another nightmare of a sound issue, but we got it sorted out just in time. And let's listen to this car. Right, so if there are any sponsors out there in the liquor business, I could do with a seriously strong one right now. Man, oh man. Once again, on thelastminute.com. Looking at Kyle Oosthuizen. How's it, Kyle? The guys are tuning in. Some new names aren't there. Stiganator has moved over to the dark side. If Alan, if you are listening, I was wondering when you're going to move over to Mercedes-Benz. So one of our Aston Martin drivers has moved over. Well, there we go. 14 and a half minutes into free practice. We're just looking through the field to see who's out there. Now, this young man has got serious pace. And just have a listen to that Audi. That beautiful sound of the V10 doing its thing. There you go. Amazing sound. Just look at that, all-wheel drive. The Quattro, what a beautiful sounding car. Listen to that amazing car just running through the gearbox. Oh, well done, Kalen. KLM Pace. There we go, up on your screen at the moment. Driver number 27. And leading in the points at the moment. Right, who else have we got out there? Car number 947. And good to see the young man from Reunion, Benjamin Hardry, in the Lexus, the RCF GT3. Good to see this man out here. AR Outlaws number 66. The one and only Anton Repsol. We spoke to him earlier today. Feeling a bit under the weather. Glad to see he's out here. Another one of our Mercedes-Benz AMG contenders. Look at that car. You cannot miss that thing. Then the gentleman of our sport, and also one of our co-sponsors, Alwyn Sykes. How are you, young man? And that Bentley looking really, really good. Well, there we go. How's that visuals? Looking straight down as he goes through turn number 1. 10 minutes remaining in free practice number 2. There we go, lying in second place in the points overall after 2 grueling races. Carl Oosthuizen from Meyersdal out in, if I'm not mistaken, the south of Johannesburg. 2 Mercs, 2 guys from Gauteng. Carl Oosthuizen's had a good run. Anton Repsol, a great race driver in real life and also great in the virtual world. Good to see him out here. He was sick this morning, as I said earlier, but he said he would make a comeback. And good to see the young man back out today. Right, another one of our Ferraris, and we're just going to have a look in and see who that is. Maybe one of our wild card entries. Just looking at the updated list, nothing as Of course, here we go, coming out in car number 9, another Ferrari. And Derek Duplessis heading out of the pits. Limiter still on. Release the limiter right here. And getting out onto the circuit. Cold rubber, shiny blue wheels at the moment. Another one of the Ferrari contenders, Charles Schneer. And from Mpumalanga. So quite a lot of our provinces represented from South Africa. And of course, some race drivers from aboard. If you've joined us, welcome to it. Stiganator's still out in the pits. I chatted to him via cellular services. Yes, we still do have cellular services in South Africa. And he's out in the pits at the moment. Let's go back to donkey number 27. This man is really quick, a 144, 160. Yeah, that's quick. Let's see what Sean does in that McLaren. Listen to this thing. There we go. Listen to that thing going through the gears. McLaren 720S GT3, another one of our Joburg drivers. What an incredible machine. Nicely done, Shauno. 6.5 minutes to go in free practice. And just look at those track temperatures, only 26 degrees. Perfect racing conditions for round number 3. And let's see what he can do on this last lap. Let's watch what he does. Right, we are live streaming, folks. 5 minutes to 8. We've only got just over 5 minutes of free practice left. On board with the Shauno man. Very, very good lap there from Sean. So we're about to finish a free practice, and I'll tell you something, the studio's already heating up. Let's quickly take a look at P1. Well, he's in the pits at the moment, just maybe just doing some checkups in P1 at the moment. Let's see who's still out there. Kyle Oosthuizen, Kyle number 55. That Mercedes-Benz currently lying second in the points. Nicely done, Kyle. Caught up with him yesterday, or last night at least, and a bit of a struggle getting that car set it up. Very frustrated with what was going on. But it looks like he's managed to pull it out of the bag. Right, there we go. 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Free practice almost coming to an end. And on board with Kyle Oosthuizen in car number 55, that AMG Mercedes-Benz, sounding absolutely beautiful. Another one of our Ferraris. And I'm hoping to get some feedback as to who that is. Yeah, there we go. So the folks are already coming through, just wishing their drivers all the best of luck. Of course, Margot Hungaroring. I haven't seen you in a while, Margot. I hope you're doing okay. Good evening and welcome to the show. We are live streaming as we speak. 1 minute and 37 seconds of this session. We're going to go into the next part of our show very shortly. And very soon, I hope we're going to get one or two fellow commentators to come join us in the commentating box. Stephen Berry, good evening to you, sir. And of course, Owen Sykes. Saying good luck to, well, all his fellow South Africans that are racing, and of course our friends from aboard. Good to have you with us. So just under a minute to go, and that will be the end of free practice. Let's listen to this Ferrari come through. Right, great scenes here from the Hungaroring. It's a Tuesday evening, round number 3. And the racing is going to get exciting, I can tell you that. And if you've just joined us, good evening, goeienaand to our Afrikaans listeners. Right, that is it for free practice. You'll see all the cars coming to the pits. I'm going to head off and we're going to chat a little bit about some of our sponsors. Well, there we go. We were just talking about him. Alan van Graan. Such a cool dude. Great on a mountain bike. A great all-round guy. And hopefully can make a name for himself in his new car. That's a bit of a surprise this evening, Mr. van Graan. I had no idea. You know what they say, they don't want to do any of that commentator's curse nonsense. So don't tell the commentator until it's go time. Well, Mr. van Graan, good on you, mate. Great car. So let's go and have a look at what Stefan Wessels is doing. And a big thanks to Stefan. He also has done a lot of background work, making sure the servers work, making sure the sound and all the craziness that happens in the background works. And yeah, thanks, mate. If you are listening to me, I know he's the type of guy that would have switched off all devices. He doesn't want to listen to any commentating. He just wants to get to the track and race. And of course, the track being the Hungaroring. And if you have not yet joined us, we are in qualifying at the moment. So jump on to YouTube and go check out the online Outlaws. And you'll see live from the Hungaroring. Right, there we go, 144. And not very far behind him. Shauna doing a great job there. There we go, chasing hard. 0.02 of a second slower in qualifying. Right, so round 3, qualifying. We're just under 5 minutes in, and the guys are putting very consistent lap times in. 1:44 from Stefan Wessels. On board now with Sean in that beautiful sounding McLaren. There we go, Anton Repsol. Also, another one of our Joburg boykies. He's doing a great job out there. And great to see how you can see right down into the car. You'll see as they come up there. There we go. Anton Repsol on screen now. So you'll be seeing him coming around turn 1. That's a very tight turn. You'll see everyone runs that wide. Even Anton, who does a great job. And there we go. Family members joining us now as well. And thanks, Lizelle Peters. That's my wife. Hello. Not too sure why she's saying, yeah, Dad, go. Must be one of my kids. To my boys, how's it? And if there is anybody else hearing what I'm saying, please bring me some ice cold water. The studio or the commentating box gets really, really hot. There we go. So we're on board still with Anton Repsol. All right, so my sound engineer just ran in, aka Andrew. Thanks, young man. Just saying, Dad, the sound is perfect, so thank you very much. Yeah, you got to love the little ones. Well, again, for the second evening in a row, so 2-3 weeks ago, down at Zolder, we had the same problem. 2 minutes before we go racing, my audio decided it does not want to work anymore. It happened again this evening, and we just have no idea what the gremlin is. We're going to find out exactly what it is, and it will just take a little bit of the pressure off as we go live. But good to be with you this evening. If you've just joined us, a warm welcome. It is a warm evening here in Cape Town at the moment. We've had some crazy weather over the weekend. We've had some crazy fires. If you're from abroad and you're watching, us mountain bikers, a lot of us that race here, we've had some horrific fires out in the Stellenbosch area. And it's good to have just slightly cooler weather. If you're watching from anywhere else in the world, give us a high five. Let us know where you're from. Or if you're from anywhere else in South Africa, I know there's lots of rain up in the Karoo area, which we don't usually get. So, folks, if you are listening in on YouTube, just give me a high five or just give me a heads up and tell me where you're listening in from or watching us. I'm not on screen today. We're going to go back to good old school commentating. You don't need to see me. You need to just hear my voice. There we go, back on board with Sean in that amazing sounding McLaren. Let's just give it a quick listen. Back in the pits, but I don't think we're going to get a quicker time than at a 1:43, almost a 1:43. Well, incredible stuff. Carl Oosthuizen, what is going on out there, and what is happening with that car? Have they been struggling with some setup issues? So if there's any supporters of Carl and they know what's going on there, let us know. Well, there we go. End of qualifying. He's going to be coming in very soon. And while we go and hook up cars have arrived back on the circuit here at the Hungaroring for round number 3. And you'll notice in the top right-hand corner of your screen, track temperature dropped by 6 degrees. Tyrone Sykes, how's it, my man? Showing the strongs up. How's it, bud? Let us know where you watching us from. And we obviously know that you're going to shout out for Alwyn, the gentleman, Sykes. So on board the formation lap at the moment, our current leader in the series, Stefan Wessels from Plumstead, Cape Town. Right behind him, the McLaren. Shauno doing an amazing job out there. Our French connection, Ben Hardry from Reunion. Carl Oosthuizen right behind him. Anton Repsold, you cannot miss the pink demon. And it's almost go time. Just slowing things down. And just, oh man, watch yourselves in the start. Just keeping the formation. Hope there's no damage on P1, Stefan Wessels. All right, and it's green. It's go, 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 and they're off. What an amazing start there. The Ferrari. In the lead, let's see who goes into turn. Carl Oosthuizen coming up from behind. Running it very wide, but doing a great job of just making it stick. Man, oh man. Out of the seat at the moment. Let's see what they do. Turn 2, this long left-hander. Incredible start. I wish we could run a replay of that. It is something that the developers are working on, so let's see what they can do very shortly. They're going to get us, hopefully, that functionality that we can take an instant review. But on board with current leader of this race and current leader of the series, it's Stefan Wessels from Cape Town. Followed by, there we go, on your screen in just a second, you'll see Carl Oosthuizen, the young man there from Meyersdal, Gauteng. Here we go, on your screen at the moment. Carl Oosthuizen had a terrible evening last night in free practice, but he's up into second, just making that car stick, just finding the grip. And Sean looking for a gap. Let's have a look there in the McLaren. They come up onto pit straight. Benjamin Hardy right there behind him from Reunion in the Lexus. And then followed by one of my favorites. And look at that Hardy. Anton Repsol falling back. Oh, it looks like who was that? They went very wide there. Yeah, it was Sean in the McLaren, but it looks like he's made a comeback. Yeah, he's brought himself back up into third. No, into fourth. My mistake. Let's have a look. There we go. Benjamin Hardry from Reunion in the Lexus. And you can just see manhandling that car around the turn as they come into this. This is a quick chicane. You use all of the road surface there and hitting the curbs quite hard. You don't want to hit the full length of the curb. because it will get you airborne and put you all over the place. Right. Let's run through the order. Oh! Well, you can't see it on your screen. I can see it on mine. I'm trying to get to it as quickly as possible. But running off the circuit, there you go. Anton Repsol just having a rough time. Well, we know he's man down with the flu at the moment. And let me tell you, in these virtual reality, these simulators, it's like the real thing. And if you're feeling man down, it's just, you're going to have a horrendous day. Anton, my buddy, I hope you feel better. And good to at least to have you here still competing. You didn't back out. Let's go through down to driver number 7. And let's just give some of these cars a bit of a listen. With Charles and having a better race than last week, 2 weeks ago. Arjen Zolder. And then let's have a quick look at what's happening with Alwyn. He's always got a great support base that tune in and listen to the live feed. Well, Alwyn Sykes in this amazing looking Bentley out in 8th place. But folks, just watch this guy. He's very consistent. He keeps it clean and tidy. Right, the Parky Farky Derek Duplessis from Nigel in the East Rand. How's it, my man? Well, good to have you with us here. And he has been basically, he has got car number 10 all over him. And that's an Audi of Christoph. And if I'm not mistaken, Christoph is from Austria. Well, there you go. As I said, Audi all over him. Christoph Miller. So that's where the dice is happening now for P9, P10. And the new car for the Stiganator. Alan van Graan. Well, there we go. Tyron. Thanks, man. Saying go, Alwyn. Well, yeah, we all root for Alwyn. He's the gentleman here of the series and a co-sponsor from Sem Crete, the guys up in Joburg. If you want any cement finishes done, check out their work and check them out. I'll drop their details on screen a little bit later. 23 minutes into the race and you'll see temperature has risen by 1 degree. Doesn't make too much of a difference for those tires. And as I said, on board with car number 18, the Stiganator, Alan van Graan. Such a rad dude as well, and I can say it like that. I know these guys. I know most of the drivers that are out here, and I just love to just see these guys in action, as I'm sure any one of our spectators that have joined us, you also agree. Great to watch these guys. Well, Alan, fairly new to the sport of virtual racing, but back for action every single time, and it's good to see him out here. Al, good to have you on board. Car number 68, another one of the Repsol family, if I'm not mistaken. This is Vaughan Repsol. And then there we go, there's his brother moved all the way down into P13. He's had a rough start to the race, with lap number 2 just hitting the wall. There we go, just out of screen now. Anton Rapsol, thanks for joining us this evening. We know you're not feeling that great, but at least you came and raced. Well, there we go on the screen now at the moment. Car number 27, the Ferrari 488 GT3 Evo. The young man from Cape Town, Stefan Wessels, and probably one of the quickest eSIM racers at the moment in South Africa. On lap number 4. And just obliterating the times at the moment. Unfortunately, I cannot see those lap times. I should actually just run through on my stopwatch. But let's just take a moment and listen to this car. If you look down at the map, at your bottom of the corner, just above the track art logo, look at the red dot versus the rest of the cars. You can see the lead that Stefan Wessels is pulling. There we go. After 2 rounds of racing, in the lead at the moment with 77 points. It's the man on your screen at the moment in the Ferrari, Stefan Wessels, followed by Karl Oosthuizen. You'll notice that he is currently lying in 3rd position. The Frenchman from Reunion right behind in 2nd place at the moment. Car number 974 in the Lexus. Well, let's just look where he's lying in the points at the moment. Yeah, so he's had a good run. He's in 4th currently with 26 points. And then just running through in 2nd at the moment, it was Mr. Pace himself. So Kalen in the Audi R8. Lying in a cool 2nd at the moment. Well, let's see what he does. It's not over until the fat lady sings, as they say. Well, there's an interesting question coming in from Breaker Active Gamer. How's it? Welcome to the show. Well, how many laps do I think they're going to put in? Well, let's just have a look. They're 6 laps in 20 minutes. Ooh. Give me 5 seconds and I'll give you an answer. How's that? Yeah, I tell you what, I think we are going to see a 20 lap here from the man in front there on your screen at the moment. So if you're a betting man, Mr. Breaker Active, what do you think we're going to get out of the next 20 minutes? Well, we're down into just under 18 minutes at the moment. Let's run through the order. Up front at the moment, Stefan Wessels in 2nd place. Benjamin Hodry from Reunion in that very well set up Lexus right behind him. One of our race drivers that, well, unfortunately on my race list, I do not pick him up. But he's doing some really quick times. Kalen out now in 4th at the moment. Charles Sneur in that Ferrari also in the point standing, 5th at the moment. And then who's behind him? Alvin Sykes. Remember I said to him he was in 8th only 2 laps ago. Consistency is key with the gentleman of our sport, Alvin Sykes. And then Derek Duplessis from Nigel in the East Rand. Well, I don't think we're going to see any pit strategies really in this race. It's going to be over so quick. I don't think there's going to be anything at the moment. But thanks for tuning in and just letting us know. So, Mr. Active Gamer, usually have a set of in-ears that I can hear what the drivers are saying and what they're chatting to each other about. But unfortunately, with those technicals I had, with 5 minutes to race start, I had to can that idea. So, flying solo up in the commentating booth. Yeah, looking at those times and just going from one Ferrari to the next Ferrari on to Stefan Wessels, the young man from Cape Town. There we go, on your screen at the moment. Now have a look at that. Just over 15 minutes to go. He is 8 laps in. I reckon, and to answer your question again, I think we're going to see a 20 lapper here. It is a sprint race. I don't think we're going to see any pitting. But I might be completely wrong on this one. Right, time to stand up and check this man's times as he comes across the line. He's going to come across that line in just a couple of seconds. And there we go. On my stopwatch now, let's see what he does. Oh, there we go. We've got another viewer this evening. Well, thanks to all the folks that have joined us. We've got quite a bit of viewers watching us. Growly28, if that's how I pronounce your name. I hope I got it right. If I haven't, I sincerely apologize. Good to have you on board. And quite clearly a fan of the donkey. And of course, to the man that's lying in second place, that very, very quick Frenchman from the Reunion Island. And I've never chatted to him, unfortunately. But he looks like such a sharp driver. Love watching him race that Lexus. So if you do know him, just give us a shout out to let us know where you are listening in and tuning in from. And we're going to do one lap of Mr. Wessels in the Ferrari. And I'll let you know that time shortly. Let's just listen to this beautiful Ferrari. Right, 2 more turns to go for Stefan Wessels. And I'll let you know that time as he crosses the line. Here we go. Through the right-hander onto the main straight, coming past the pits. Right, there we go, 1:44. So he is pretty much on par with his qualifying time. So let's go have a look at the Frenchman and see what he does. Also a great sounding car is that Lexus. There you can see the Frenchman. And I've had the privilege of taking one of these around on the sim. Super balanced, loads and loads of power. You can get the power down. You can see it's got a lot of flex in the car. And Ben can certainly use the whole circuit. There you see him using every bit of the Hungaroring, all 14 corners of it. On board with him now. We're going to see what time he does it in. Right, there you go, through that chicane. You can see using all of the circuit. Those rumble strips being abused here. Two more turns as he completes yet another lap. Coming up to complete lap 11 into 12. Here we go. Let's see what his time looks like. He's on a 1:34 as he exits the last of the 14 turns. Here we go. Down the main straight he goes. And there we go. A 1:47. So 3 seconds a lap slower. And if he can just keep a consistent gaining in those seconds, not making any mistakes, he might just close that gap ever so slightly. All right, and here we go. Caden Mauer in the Audi R8 chasing one of our hotspot riders. And look at that, talking about using the whole of this circuit here at the Hungaroring. Listen to that Audi. Yeah, beautiful sounding cars there, and a great race driver. And if I'm not mistaken, Kalen, yeah, there we go. JHB, he's from Johannesburg. Kalen Mauer. Once again, a big shout out to our amazing crew, the Online Outlaws, making sure that this all happens in the background. And of course, in the foreground, the race that you actually see in front of you. And of course, TGN Racing Simulators. How awesome are those simulators that those guys build? Absolutely incredible pieces of art. So thank you very much to them. Of course, talking about art, track art, you'll see their little logo in the bottom right-hand corner, just underneath the actual circuit or the Hungaroring. If you want one of those made up, custom for yourself, go and check them out. So Breaker, it is probably the toughest, easiest question. Thanks for asking that. Diverse spread. Well, I'm focusing currently on Kalen, on that Audi R8, just purely because I love a quattro drive system. But in all honesty, I'm going to have to go for a firm favorite, not because I'm a conformist, but I just absolutely love the car that I'm going to switch to right now. And that GT 488 is just insane. Even the old 458, I absolutely loved the Italia. And yeah, it just the reason why, it's just I've raced it in GT racing, and now I currently drive one in ACC. Just absolutely amazing. I've had the amazing opportunity to actually drive in a 458, and just an exceptional car. Just love everything about it, the sound, the looks, and yeah, always a fantastic car to just even look at. And Be interesting to know what your favourite cars are, folks. If you'd like to drop us a comment, and let us know. So, on board with the Donkey 27, Stefan Wessels. Surely he's going to change his name to the Stallion after this. Well, again, thanks to our viewers. Lots more viewership. Looking at the stats at the moment. Loads and loads of folks joining us this evening. A Tuesday evening, beautiful weather down here in Cape Town. Slightly cooler, a bit hot in the commentating box. But great to have each and every one of you with us this evening watching the racing here. We've got 6 minutes to go. And just have a look at what the temperature looks like. We got asked about the any strategy for a pit stop. Well, the race really just is too short, and we're talking also about how many laps we could do in that 20 minutes, and I called it at about 20. I might have been overzealous slightly. I think we're looking probably towards about the 15, 16 laps, depending on what Stefan Wessels can put in right now. Oh, there we go. Ale. So our French brigade are here this evening. Good to see you guys out here. There we go. We're going to pop over to his car now, Benjamin. And he has got a mate that's tuned in. Good to see you. I'd love to be able to zoom you guys in that we can just chat to you. But we're on board now with Benjamin from Reunion Island, and a French-speaking reunionist. Do they call that reunionists? Also having a fantastic race. Look at that car, just getting itself all over the place, but super composed is the Lexus. Back on board with the Audi. Just have a listen to this amazing sounding 10-cylinder. On board with Kalen Mauer, car number 11, the Audi R8 LMS GT3 Evo, all the way from Johannesburg. Hello Johannesburg, if you are listening, tell us what what's the weather like and what you're doing right now besides watching the racing. Are you sipping on a beer? Are you sipping on some vino? Right, 15 minutes to go. I'm going to cross back to race leader Stefan Wessels from Plumstead in Cape Town. Well, that's the southern suburbs of Cape Town area. If you don't know, if you're not from Cape Town or you're not from South Africa, that's just on the other side of Table Mountain. And 3 minutes to go. Let me tell you, after this type of race, these guys are absolutely sweating. You'll see some of the guys have a massive fan blowing on them, very much like the guys that are doing the virtual or online racing when it comes to mountain biking and road cycling on Zwift. You'll see a lot of these race drivers, they actually keep themselves fit on the mountain bike, like the one in question at the moment, Stefan Wessels, a great mountain biker. He knows how to throw a bike down a hill as well. And here we go. Is the checkered flag going to come out for him? No, it looks like he might be able to throw in one more lap. And then I was pretty much spot on with the laps. I said when I recalculated, I said about 16 laps. So he's going to complete 17. So just under the 20 lap to Breaker Active Gamer. There we go. And thanks for joining us this evening, bud. All gamers from all around the world, obviously starting their own racing leagues, and thanks to the guys from Online Outlaws allowing me to be a part of their eSIM racing series. The guys from Johannesburg and some of them from Cape Town. Thanks for allowing me to just commentate and have a bit of fun watching you guys do what you love doing, and of course racing on a Tuesday evening. What else have we got to do? Thank goodness that little thing called lockdown has disappeared for a while. Lockdown 1 here in Cape Town in South Africa. Well, for the whole of South Africa, that is, of course. But back to business. We're about to watch this young man take race number 3. Alright, there we go. He's able to do one more lap, so we're going to do 18 laps. There we go. Good going. Those 144s, consistent 144s from our race leader. Well, thank you, Tyrone. Thanks for joining us this evening. And good to have some spectators to talk to. With the current lockdown, it has been a bit crazy not being able to get out there and actually talk to anybody. And thanks for the opportunity. As I said only a couple of minutes ago, great to be able to chat to some sports lovers and guys that enjoy, and guys and girls actually, that enjoy their motorsport. And great to be watching the likes of Stefan Wessels, who's going to take it as he comes across the line over those rumble strips through the chicane. We're going to quickly head on to Benjamin in second place just for a second, and then we'll watch. You can see he's had a very, very fine race all the way from Reunion. Let's get back to Stefan, because he is going to come up now. He has got 1, 2, 3 corners to go out of 14, and that will be another race in the bag. And well done again, Tyrone, for just giving, I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, it's his brother, giving his brother a shout out. The guys from Sem Crete, a co-sponsor here today. And here we go, the final turn. The checkered flag's going to come out. There we go. Hugging that wall. Our leader today has had an exceptional race. Again, super, super composed. Well done to you. There we go, in second place. He's going to hold on to it. And hopefully we can get our third place finisher on podium today. If we can get some details. If anybody's watching and anyone's got some details for us, let us know. And right behind him, Kalen Mauer in the Audi. But there we go. So Ferrari 1 and 3 as Benjamin in the Lexus takes second place. And then Audi fourth for Kalen. So well done to everybody. And there we go. Man, oh man. On board with someone that I really thought was going to have a much better race this evening. Car number 13, Sean Skitter. And Kyle Wursthuizen. Well, Kyle was having a rough time last night with that car. But there they go, crossing the line. And all our guys coming across the line. Stiganator already in the pits. And our Austrian friend, Christoph Murr, coming across the line in P8. Yeah, I totally agree. Lots and lots of people coming through. It was an exceptional race. Super entertaining. Guys, well done. That's what racing's all about. And race number 3 at the Hungaroring. Incredible, incredible stuff. So all the cars are ready in pit lane. Welcome back, folks. Welcome back. Welcome back. It is great to have you back with us on the live stream of round number 3. This is race number 2. We're in free practice on board with Caden in that beautiful sounding V10 Audi. And once again, looking at our feed, good to have each and every one of you guys on board with us. Thank you very much for tuning in this Tuesday evening. Great to have you here with us. And of course, thanks to all our race drivers that have entered the league. And of course, thanks to the online Outlaws for presenting this amazing race. Of course, with their partners, TGN Racing Simulators, Track Art, Semcrete, and of course, Jamtech Projects. We've got some more surprises coming very soon from one or two other sponsors, and great to have the likes of you guys along and on board with us. Just gone 2100 hours. It's a Tuesday evening. I'm broadcasting from Cape Town. It's a bit of a hot one here in the box. So if you noticed a slight silence, that's me running out to go find ice water somewhere. If you've tuned in, let us know where you're watching us from. And if you've got some questions, well, Breaker Active Gamer, thank you very much for interacting with us. Thanks, Tyron Sykes. Of course, Lizelle Peters. Well, that's my wife, or it's my son playing with her phone. Thank you very much. And then, not too sure how to pronounce it, Growley, 28. Quite clearly a supporter of Carl Westhuizen and the rest of the crowd. Rider 146, you'll see just set up there, free practice. Remember, this is not qualifying. And just looking back at the consistency of Stefan Wessels, he was running 144 for most part of race, or at least heat number 1. He had race number 3 at Hungaroring. Beautiful Hungary. Now, quite an interesting track this, by the way, 14 turns. And let's see what the rest of the guys are going to do. Right, most of the guys are busy just getting the cars sorted out. All right, so Growley is the RTA boss man. Good morning, good evening. What am I saying? Good morning. What happened to evening? It's dark already. It's weird to have the sun setting a little bit earlier here in Cape Town. But Stefan, you should be racing and setting your eyes on picking up another win. But thanks for advising us. Right, so most of the guys out on the circuit in free practice at the moment. All right, so Graham, thanks very much for the message. I wasn't looking down at the at that feed. I look at our stream feed, but thank you very much. Got your message now. Just moving the logo. We are going to change those logos. That was one of the things I was trying to do, where those logos will run on a feed down at the bottom. But, well, as things have it, we've been slightly busy. So free practice coming up to the final couple of seconds. And just have a look at that track temperature, folks. 7 degrees, it's increased. So the guys you would have noticed taking a while in the pits, that's them just sorting out what they need to sort out, getting track temperatures sorted out and making sure everything is fine. On board with Vaughan, new car, I do believe. Stefan Wessels still in pit lane. And that is it for free practice. Just quickly heading over to Caden Mauer. V10 out there in that Audi. Right, that's it. We are going to head on to race number 3. It's going to move pretty quickly. I'm going to have to get on Well, we were about to go live. Here we go. We are live. Right, if you have just joined us, it's getting darker. The lights are on, and we're about to get going. They're out in their formation lap at the moment. Now, have a look at this. Track temperature down by 14 degrees. You got to know your thing now. Tire pressures are completely different with the lower track temperatures. And driving at night, if you've not raced on a circuit in real life or in the virtual world, let me tell you, it is hell of a tricky. But watch some of these guys as the donkey just keeps that formation tight. On the other side, it's the Skeety one. Car number 13, the McLaren of Sean Skitter. Just making sure the guys are clean. You'll see just behind him, Carl Oosthuizen in the Sapphire. And of course, our French friend from Reunion right behind Stefan Wessels. As we are go! Oh, and Kyle Oosthuizen straight into the wall in the start there. That is a terrible start there from the Sapphire. And honestly, I'd love to have a replay of whatever happened there. The green flags are still out. Sean Skitter also running completely wild. Anton Repsol also just flying out there. Well, let's go back to where all the action's happening. Well, there we go. Dennis Duplessis. Derek Duplessis. We're on board with him now. They've mumble jumbled all around. There we go. Sean Skitter. Kalen. And then, of course, Anton Repsol. As I said, he's been sick for a while. Not wanting to race this evening, but he's shown up. He's done the right thing. And what happened to Carl Oosthuizen? That car must have taken a massive pounding. Yeah, I agree. I see some of the comments coming through. The wow faces. That was absolutely horrendous. And I really don't even want to play devil's advocate here. I have no idea what happened. Absolutely no idea. Literally on the start, just I'm entirely not sure what happened there. It happened so quick. But I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to see a replay a little bit later. Completely dark now. Visibility is extremely low. And on board now with Race Arena from heat number 1 out in first spot at the moment. Sean Skitter. Have a listen to this car. Just coming past us. Beautiful sounding car. Here we go. Just shooting down to Karen Mauer in the Eleanor pace car. The Audi on board with him. Back to Anton Repsol. Nice colours there, that pink, you can see it even in the dark. Our hot seat driver, of course, our French Reunion friend, Benjamin Hodry. And of course, all the way from Austria, Christoph in the Audi R8 LMS GT3 Evo. Nice to see the Stiganator. Well, he had a rough one in Heat 1. He had taken a knock, but good to see him out in 8th at the moment. Let's have a look at our gentleman race driver extraordinaire. Well, he's all the way down in P12 at the moment. Didn't see what happened at the start. Maybe to any of our spectators that have other feeds coming through, if you can let us know, maybe if you can give us just some spotting, let us know what happened there. But Alwyn, keep it consistent, mate. That's what you always do. Great looking car, great guy, and co-sponsor Semcrete out there in that beautifully prepared. Our flags are out at the moment. And back on board with Stefan Wessels, Cape Townian, born and bred. Car number 27, the GT Evo. It's a 488. You can check the specs on this car. Incredible 1,400 kilogram, 600 horsepower. Right, folks, 24 and a half minutes into heat number 2. Track temperature dropping down again as our race leader exits turn 1 into turn 2. This is quite a tricky turn. I kept getting it wide last night. I took the Ferrari out for a couple of laps just to check out the circuit. You see Vessels just taking the whole of the circuit. And there we go, a stop and go for car number 68. And Repsol Racing, I think that's Vaughan Repsol. Stop and go penalty for him. So quite interesting. The guys out there now at the Hungaroring out in Hungary. They were built back in 1986. And the first Grand Prix held out there and ran for many, many years. 14 incredibly tight corners. And well, there we go. Yep, first opened in 1986. And still being used to date for the GT Championships. Just looking as we are still on board, 4 laps down. Now, if you watched Heat 1, you would have noticed I was saying it's tight and twisty. Now, just looking at the nature of the circuit, it is twisty, it's bumpy, and interestingly, the circuit is nicknamed by many drivers as Monaco without the buildings, just because it is so tight, so twisty, and so bumpy. But Hungaroring is been the scene of several memorable races. Those duels with Nelson Piquet, Ayrton Senna. If you're the right age, like myself, you'd remember those races back in the late 1980s, where Nigel Mansell lost his wheel in 1987 and went on to win an amazing race against Ayrton Senna, also back in 1989. So just taking a quick trip down memory lane. What an amazing circuit this is. Right, where are we in terms of Calamar in the Audi? Currently in second place. Well, also just such a super composed Audi that is, and a super composed driver. And let me tell you, commentating the virtual world takes a little bit away from the personal touch. Love to get to meet these guys. If you know a little bit about them, drop your message in the comment section. If you know the driver and you know their personality and you just want to give them a shout out, chat to us online right now. We're online at the moment. We're streaming live on YouTube, online Outlaws. Very easy to find us. Go and check us out. And to the viewers currently that are watching, good evening. Hope you're enjoying the racing so far. There's another drive-through for track limits. Back onto race leader. Have a look at this audio. Absolutely flying. We're going to go on to in just a second with our live feed. There we go. Stefan Wessels, car number 27, just coming past us. Just there we go, down the main straight. You see the lights flashing, and then into turn number 1. This is such a hard tune. You've got to gear that car down all the way to second gear, hard on the brakes, and then you can get it foot flat down as you come down to turn number 2. This is left-hander. You can see those headlights are on now, tight through there, then fast and flowing through this right-hander. Take it wide, bring the car back in again. It unsettles slightly, then you use the whole of the curb. Right, then up into the chicane. And the one thing about when you watch Wessels, car number 27, as you see on screen there now, he's also just so composed in that 488. He in fact doesn't get the car airborne at all. He's slow in, fast out technique just really shines through. You'll see he uses the whole of the circuit there as he comes up for this right-hander, hugging the inside of the corner, then taking it wide. Love this corner as he comes up. And then entering onto turn number 14 onto the main straight. As he comes up past the commentating box, let's listen to this car. Well, there we go. Thanks, Stefan. Just keeping us entertained. Lap number 7. Let's go further down to Anton Repsol. We're going to just get our producer just to switch over to car number 66, the AMG Merc. There we have it in our screen at the moment, coming down the main straight. And you can hear it there, that AMG, that very distinctive growl. And having a much, much better race. He had a terrible start to Heat 1. And one can only sympathize also with Carl Westhuizen, the Safa in the other AMG Mercedes-Benz from Maysdale out in Gauteng. Literally just at the start of the race, on the formation, out as the checkered green flag went out. Just looked like he was either clipped and just head on into main straight wall. So a sad scene here from the Hungaroring. He complained about the car setup last night. Well, there we go. From the boss man, asking for a stop and go. Can we take that up to race officials? Let's see if I can chat to them. Yeah, there we go. Back onto Stefan Wessels from Plumstead, Cape Town, averaging a 144 around the Hungaroring. It's incredible stuff, and also incredible. Just looking at my other screen right now, our viewership has gone up tremendously. Folks, if you've just joined us, welcome back. If you've been here right from the start, well, thanks for sticking around. Thanks for being a part of a Tuesday evening with us from the online Outlaws. This is race number 3 from the Hungaroring out here in Hungary. And of course, on board with probably the most dominant rider, race driver at the moment, Stefan Wessels from Cape Town, car number 27. And that beautifully prepared Ferrari 488. He's having an exceptionally good race at the moment. Right, heading over to Sean Skutter, another Johannesburg gent that is having a great race again. Currently lying second place. He's got a bit of heat right behind him from that Ferrari, but the only McLaren still out there, the 720 McLaren. And when you hear this guy in practice, that is a phenomenal sounding car. But I think this is where the race is going to heat up. Again, while we're only got just over 13 minutes of heat number 2. Once again, a massive thanks to TGN Racing Simulators. Go check them out. Go right now. Slip away from the one screen, get onto your phone and check them out on Instagram. Go give them a follow. Simply type in TGN Racing Simulators, and nice and quickly you will see what I'm talking about. How incredible are those toys for boys. So once the studio is, or the commentating box is completely kitted out, we are going to try and do 1 or 2 full-length reviews. So watch this space, and we will get the screen back on very soon. We're having some very cool stuff made for the studio and the commentating box, so keep a lookout for that. And we will have myself, Shauno, live on screen again. as we are 12 laps in now, and we go back on board with race leader Stefan Wessels, having a superb first part of the season. Race number 3 here from Hungaroring. It's a Tuesday evening. He won heat 1 hands down, and he's going to make a number 2 if there's no mistakes, which this gentleman doesn't usually do, especially in that beautiful car. And we got another victory on our hands very, very shortly. Of course, to our viewers, loads and loads of viewers, and great to see they're sticking around for a lot longer, and sticking around and just having a good look at what the guys are getting up to. The world of virtual racing really has changed over the course of the last year, from March last year to now, not only with motorsport but all types of sport, from cycling, where I initially came from, and moving on to motorsport with an invite from Stefan Wessels, Anton Repsol, Kyle, and of course Alvin Sykes and Alan van der Graan. Thanks guys for just taking some time out to ask me if I'd like to be part of this awesome series. Thanks very much, and thanks to all our viewers. You guys are amazing. Thanks for sticking around. If you've got any questions, drop the question in the comment section below. And as I said, some exciting stuff. If you want to just share it with mates, there's some really cool stuff happening shortly, well, within the season. And we might even do some very cool shows, live shows from the studio, as soon as Studio 1 here in Cape Town has been finished. We'll do some product reviews, check it out, see what you guys think. And if there's anything specific you'd like to see or us to chat about, also leave it in the comments below. We'd gladly go and look at what you want us to check out. Well, there we go, in P5 at the moment. Benjamin Hodry, the Frenchman, all the way from Reunion, was picked up a second place in heat number 1. Currently lying in 5th, just once again very consistent in the Lexus. Slightly disappointing year with Caden. He's dropped down ever so slightly. Love to listen to this Audi. You'll see him on screen in just a second. And how awesome is it to see how that track temperature dropped. Now down to 12 degrees, only 12 degrees out there. And that's track temperature, so the tar is very, very low. And this plays havoc with tires and setup. Blue flag coming out for someone that's going to be passed very soon. We're going to see that he's just in a second or two. But I just want to head on down to Alan van der Graan, one of our co-partners to the event and to the back end of the broadcasting goodies. There we go, on board with the Stiginator, Alan van der Graan. He's moved over, and this was a surprise for me, the commentator's surprise, from Aston Martin to Mercedes-Benz mid-season. In fact, within the first 2 races, the Aston Martin disappeared. And just getting to grips with a new car. Then looking at Alwyn, the gentleman Sykes. in the Bentley. Here we go. Up on screen at the moment. And just looking at the timer at the top. 3 minutes, 20 seconds to go. Soon we're going to head on back to the leader of the race to watch him finish. Just looking at the Bentley right in the beginning when I just started testing the broadcasting, had a bit of time to just chat to Owen about the Bentley. It looks like such a big car. It seems very heavy, but it's also comes in the weight limit that a GT3 car has to be in. And I've actually test driven it, and it's not that bad at all. Right, here we go. We are going to head on back to our race leader, Stefan Wessels, car number 27, that Ferrari 488 GT. There we go. It's on screen at the moment. He is possibly going to squeeze another 2 laps in. Yes, he is. So he will put in about 18 laps. Still that camera view there as you see it now on your screen, coming down past the grandstands and past the commentating box. So 1 minute 15 seconds left of race time. We're going to try and do a cross stream to Facebook as Stefan crosses the line. Well, here we go. He is going to come across and he's going to probably put in another lap. Yeah, there we go. Leader on final lap. And I'm going to do a cross port to Facebook Live as well as we're on the stream at the moment. Well, there we go. I'm live on Facebook at the moment, as well as live on our stream on the Online Outlaws, and we're watching our race leader. It's Stefan Wessels from Cape Town. Let's see what he does. I'm going to try and see if we can turn the screen around and show you what it looks like for heat number 2. This is going to be Carl Oosthuizen taking another race for race number 3 down at Hungaroring. Let's see if we can turn it around. While struggling with the phone at the moment, we've had some technical difficulties all day long, but there we go. This is what the studio looks like. We are going to watch this young gentleman from Cape Town. He's not only a great mountain biker, but he's a superb race driver in the 488 from the Hungaroring in heat number 2. He is going to take the checkered flag. You'll see it in the top corner. There it is. He's taken the checkered flag. He has done a phenomenal job, and this is what it looks like in the background, in the studio. And there we go. Well done to the donkey. That's his alias name. He's not a donkey. He's one of the quickest race drivers we know in South Africa. And there he does the burnout. Let's get the volume back up. Nicely done, Stefan Wessels. The guy from Cape Town has done it again. What a superb race. Let's go look at second. So this is what it looks like in the studio. And it gets rather exciting. We stand up. It's that exciting. And there we're on board now. And in a surprise, Anton Repsol looks like he's going to go into second place. He has got second place, but is he going to hold on to it? Well, it looks like he has. Slightly delayed reaction. He's done a phenomenal job out there at Hungaroring. You see they've raced all through the night. He's going to try and do a burnout for us. There you can see at the bottom all our viewers from around the world just all having a look in and just congratulating their friends and their family right here in the studio. So folks, that was race number 3. You'll see the guys are going crazy in the background. Some of them are oval track races in real life, so that's why they do that after their race. But this was race number 3 from Hungaroring. All the motors are switched off. They're all back in Park Fermé. And our race winner, overall race winner again today, Stefan Wessels from Cape Town in the Ferrari car number 27, the 488 GT3 Evo. So well done to you, to all our sponsors. Thanks very much to TGN Racing Simulators out of Johannesburg. Please go and follow them on Instagram. See the amazing work they do to build virtual rigs, anything from steering wheels all the way through to full setups. Of course, the guys from Track Art, go and check out what they do at Track Art. And then Semcrete, Alvin the Gentleman Sykes. And I hope his buddies are listening in and his brother is listening in. What a gentleman of the sport. And of course, he is one of our great partners as well. Of course, Jantech, Alan van Graan. Well, let's see, he came in P11, brand new car, so he's had a bit of a rough time with just getting the setup right. In fact, the commentators curse. He never told me that he had got himself a new car. Well done to everybody. The session has ended. That is it from Hungaroring here in Hungary, and from the studio here in Cape Town. A big thanks to everybody, and thanks to our viewers for checking in. Great to have you on board. That's the end of our broadcast. Please see us in the next couple of weeks. We'll put all the links and everything into the various different formats to where you can watch us. And we'd love to have you on board for race number 4. And we'll set all those results will come up very soon. Thanks, folks. From myself, Sean Peters, we'll say adios and have a great Tuesday evening. Cheers, guys.